What is going on, guys? Today we have got the 78 plus triple upgrade. So we're going to do another how to grind. This one could go one of two ways. We don't know the weight as of yet, so I'm hoping it's relatively good. To be fair, 10 players you needed, one has to be rare. It's not a bad requirement, especially for free back. If you need to put the free in, obviously you can then go ahead and put free in. You only then technically need 7 plus a rare. Obviously all of these, or I think all of these are going to be rare. I can't imagine them to give us commons back, so we will get the rare as well. So you only technically need 7 more commons. So let's have a look. So we've got that, so that's 10. Or 9 in fact, and then we just need 1 rare. Let's have a look and see. The first one we've done, 78 triple. It isn't any pet picks or anything like that. Let's have a look and see if it's worth it, because sometimes these can be good because you've got a bigger pull. Obviously free players, you've got a chance of maybe 3 in 1 that's really good or not. It's a board at the minimum. Okay, Brazilian centre back, 83. I mean, you'd probably just put that straight back in, and we have 82 and 78. To be honest, I'd probably grind these out regardless. Maybe I'd keep them for obviously the FUT birthday that's coming Friday, but they could be worth opening at the same time, depending on obviously what you've got left to do for your player SBCs. We got Angel Gomez as well today, which is quite interesting. But then we also got the 83 times 10. That requires an 82 and an 84. If you haven't got these yet, then obviously just grind out these triples and you should be able to get the enough for it very, very easily. It is repeatable, I believe, every day, I want to say. So you should get 3 of these. So you technically get 30 players back, even though you are technically giving in 22 players a time. So the question is, how do you grind these? We need to realistically look at being able to get 9 commons, or at least, for instance, 7 commons, as well as then the rare, which once you've done 1, you will always predominantly have 1 to put back. There's no way that you'll be able to get 3 gold rares that are well worth not doing, and even then, even if you did 2, for instance, I would happily put the 82 and 78 in. Maybe the 83 I want to keep for another SBC. I would probably put 83s in as well, if needed, if that was the last resort. So they're absolutely fine. Once you've done 1, you don't need to worry about the rare. Personally, I'd just go buy him, and that is absolutely golden. So realistically then, the kind of way you'd recycle these, for instance, if I was to do this again, you'd just do them 2. I'd then look in the club again. We'd go to low again, and personally, I would look for any non-league SBCs. So for instance, I need, realistically in gold terms, any Marseille players, I need Italian players, so Serie A, and then I need Prem. That is all I need, and then obviously Lib and Suds are always worth keeping for the other SBC. So for instance, we whack all these in, I think we've got enough, and there we go. We've got another one done, utilising what you've got in your club. Personally, I only do Rivals, FUT Champs, all of the daily SBCs, marquee matchups, premium, kind of any SBC like that, as well as then the preview pack every day to kind of get my club back to it. I don't really do anything else other than that. This is a perfect example of all 3 of them will go back in, and you can just keep rinsing and repeating from there. So 82 was the highest there. Unfortunately, I feel like that will be a common theme for these. I don't know whether the weight would be crazy. And obviously we are looking for mainly a fantasy FUT hero, or potentially one of the big boys in someone like a Ruben Diaz or a Hazard. So the way I personally would grind these is, first off, I would go and put all my commons into them. I'd finish off my club, keep all of my League SBC players, like I say. Personally, Marseille, then it's either Italian or Serie A, Bundesliga. Pick which one you want to use there. Then it's either Prem or La Liga, again pick, and Lib and Sud are the same. Because I like to do this League SBC, I normally keep them so I can do that. Any other Ligue 1 players other than Marseille can go straight in, because we don't need any of them. That is a nice and easy one. We also have the Premium Silver upgrade, which is a 5 gold common. So technically you only need to do 2, which will give you enough commons to do 1 whole one on itself. So for instance, because we do the League SBC, for instance, just to show you the example here, personally you get a Prime Electrum pack which is the only one that will give you silvers, but because I'm doing the League SBC over and over again, you obviously get a build-up of silvers. If then you've got some bronzes, you can obviously put the bronzes in as well. It is not a problem whatsoever, but every now and then, I'd probably say every month or so, I'd go to my untradeable silvers and just start whacking them in. There is very few, especially untradeable, that I ever need. I don't need them for the League SBC, very rarely need them for any other SBC nowadays, so I normally just whack them in and just utilize them in this premium bronze, or premium silver for instance, because if you are looking in comparison between the normal silver upgrade, obviously you only get a free common player, whereas obviously with a premium, we've still got for a fair amount of days, you get 5 common back. With this type of SBC that requires 9 commons, it's going to be utilized very well, because then we can go and put these 5 straight in. You could either go and buy the 2 golds if you need to, or obviously you can just keep them duplicate and just keep going through until you get enough. It's a very, very easy concept. You never know with a preview pack. Oh, inform. Hey, we take it. But in terms of that, that is just one way that you can utilize, obviously having a little bit of extra in your club from silvers. Not everybody's going to have them, but that is just another way that you can utilize using your silvers to the greater good at this moment in time. Is that only worth anything? We'll go 600 because I think the discard's about 400. But there's another inform that's going to give me some coins. That's why I utilize this preview pack every single day. Sometimes you get something, a lot of the time you get nothing. I think I've only ever had 1 icon from like 3 FIFAs of preview packs, which I still think is pretty good. But in terms of how you grind these out from the bottom up, personally, utilize any objective that gives you packs, utilize any of the actual daily SBCs. So I think we got one today. Yesterday we got a mega pack. Today is a small gold players pack, which hopefully is silvers again. You want to be using this before you obviously go in and put everything into the upgrade. Obviously with marquee matchups if you've not finished them, any other daily SBCs you've not finished, go and do this first because it'll give you another potential hit, and some of them are tradable as well. Then what I'd be doing is, if I've still not got enough, I'd be doing the League SBC. It's the easiest way to get it grinded. I would look at Marseille for this. Again, I can just go buy everybody because what you can utilize is the common, the 2 packs on the left are tradable. Sell everything. Sell absolutely everything from these 2, and then you get to keep all of the untradable. You get to keep the silver and bronzes in here. You get to keep the small rare gold pack and also the prime gold pack. What I would do from there, realistically, because rares and commons are not necessarily any different value anymore, like other than the 750 as a minimum, you don't really see too much of a difference with them. So any duplicates, I would whack into this. If it's 2 rares, put the 2 rares in. Don't be sparingly not using them because you think, oh, I need 1 rare at the minimum, and only using 1 rare, because predominantly a lot of the packs will give rares back rather than commons. That's where the premium silver upgrade is going to do its service for you there. But I would utilize all of the premium mixed league SBCs as much as I can. Only use it onto the 78 triple when you get a duplicate, because that is going to be the big thing. You don't, if you've not got many coins, you don't want to keep getting duplicates, or not necessarily getting any duplicates, putting all of your cards in, and then you get a duplicate, you don't have enough commons, because then you're going to have to keep buying, then you have to buy the Premium League SBC, and eventually you will start to run out of coins. Make sure you are doing it every time you get a duplicate, because then obviously you are utilizing them in the right way. If it's obviously a duplicate for the Premium Mixed League SBC, and maybe you're not quite ready to go back to the Prem to do it again, then obviously then go and do the 78 plus. Or if it's better to discard rather than giving up 10 players, do that once over, because it's sometimes better to play the patient game with these, even though they're not around for a long time. Make sure you are grinding in the right way if you are not got enough coins. If you've got a lot of coins, then obviously do what you need to. If you need to buy the players, it's not going to break the bank too much. I don't think we have a full price on these yet, but I can imagine they're not going to come in massively expensive. They are currently coming in at 4.8k, so say we say 5 to 6k. That's not bad return if you do manage to get somebody. In terms of, if I can find the cheapest player by rating, for say 6k, we're calling it 6k, realistically, you either need 284s, which would get you about nearly 10k, or you'd need 383s to be able to get a value every single one. So if you do get an 85 and above, you've made profit back on at least 2 of them. So to be honest, in terms of that value, that isn't terrible. I definitely think the return could be there for them, and if you are grinding this out, it definitely will come in dividends eventually. I feel like it's just one of them quantity rather than quality numbers with it, because you might get a foot hero. I don't know if there's any kind of low rated ones that are expensive. At the minute, the best fantasy foot player you can get is currently going to be Ruben Diaz at 920. Hazard's at 650, Upamecano's at 730, and then we've got Jota at 290. In terms of heroes, predominantly we're going to be looking at Okocha, Alwaran, and obviously Di Natale as the best of the best. They all can be packed in this. Obviously you can't get icons, unfortunately, so I think it is just a matter of grinding the league SBCs as we always do. Again, I have a video on the channel if you want to go check out that one. That will give you a more of a breakdown across the whole aspect of how to grind it. Premium silvers are going to be always good for you, and then obviously just grinding through and just using duplicates, selling anything that's tradable. That is always the way in this game now. Sell your tradable stock to be able to get more stuff into these upgrades. And that's really about it. That's nothing more to add other than grinding the league SBCs, getting the 78 plus out, and just re-rinsing them round. That's going to be the best way. I will be doing a video with hopefully about 30 of these opening in about an hour or so. So stay tuned for that. If you want to put notice on, then definitely come and have a look at that. And we'll also have a short out for the 83 times 10. But other than that, make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know if you need any help. Pieces. Check out a video on screen. It's been picked for you.